So HCPCS codes, as I mentioned earlier, are created by CMS. Typically, they consist of a route of administration, usually injections, since we're dealing with medically covered pharmaceuticals, a generic product name, and then billable unit. Different types of HCPCS codes that we see for primary use are J codes. People kind of use the term HCPCS codes and J codes intermittently and interchangeably. These are going to be provider-submitted codes typically. They are permanent, so Medicare has created them. They are specific to an individual product. They can be used for community or hospital billing for outpatient physician-administered drugs. And as I mentioned, they do have the generic product name and billable unit string. C codes come out more frequently than J codes. J codes typically are released for new products on the calendar year. C codes can be released in the midpoint of the years or on a quarterly basis. These are typically hospital-based, again, for outpatient hospital billing. They're paid underneath that OPPS, the Hospital Outpatient Prospective Payment System. They are also created by CMS. We'll also have Q codes on the site. These are temporary codes. Either they are a temporary midpoint between a product getting its own HCPCS code, or sometimes as new products enter the market, they'll be used as placeholders for CMS to create individual codes or J codes for those products. So Epigen and Procrit previously had two J codes, J0885 for end-stage renal disease or non-end-stage renal disease, and J0886 for non-end-stage renal disease. CMS then left the standard J0885. They created a Q code to bundle that services for the end-stage renal disease. So Q codes can be used as either a unique new code for a new product, new entity, or it can be used as a temporary holding place for a new HCPCS code for an existing product. Finally, the other primary code we see are S codes. These are created by the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, and they are listed in the CMS coding set by CMS. These particular products can either be for items that Medicare may not necessarily cover. So you wouldn't bill Medicare with an S code. However, for community billing or for a commercial plan, they could be used. They typically do have that route of administration generic product name. They can provide a little bit more guidance regarding market share and help for reimbursement rates for commercial plans. So something like insulin. There are many, many products that crosswalk back to the standard insulin J code. The S codes will have multiple links, again, splitting those out by type of insulin being used. There are also ancillary HCPCS codes. So these will kind of go either in conjunction or separate from the type of billing we would see for the medical covered pharmaceuticals. So something like A codes for miscellaneous supplies. So the needles or syringes or radiopharmaceuticals needed, again, either in conjunction with those J-coded products or the standalone for radiopharmaceutical tests. D codes for enteral feeding, E codes for DMEs, glucometers, pain pumps, that sort of thing. P codes for blood rated, and then the G codes are kind of interesting, Medicare demonstration products or projects. So the new flu codes sometimes can go into those G codes, as well as anything else that CMS is trying to track as it relates to either new types of products or new treatments.